So we just got the new harness from Current Performance. This one should actually fix all of our issues. What I'm about to do is go ahead and pull this thing, or pull the old harness out. This is the replacement harness to fix the possibly defective one. What's happening is we weren't getting any continuity from the connector to the ECU onto the transmission. So the transmission wasn't getting any voltage, which means that it would stick it in limp mode, so it'd just be stuck in third gear. We can't have that. So, about to go ahead and I'm going to upload the newest tune revision from Zach at Michigan Motorsports. And then I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery and see if we can pull this harness off, which is a major pain in the ass just due to, there's fuel in the rails, the AC has been charged, there's a whole bunch of stuff that now we have to work around that makes this a lot harder. Luckily, Current Performance's customer service has been good.
Right calibration.
So, I wanted to check a few things on here. We want to make sure that it's a red-blue connector. We want to make sure it's a one piece on this range sensor. And then we want to make sure it's for an actual drive-by cable throttle body. So we got coolant temp. There. Yes. Yes. So we're looking good. I do have to change this because this is going to be I had to change the connector to go to my alternator because the March Performance accessory drive has a different alternator setup than what's normally on an LS. So it actually has like the LT1 style alternator, or maybe the TPI one. So I actually changed this connector and it works great. However, I now have to cut that off and then graft it onto this like a surgeon. Kidding me. I may need to change the name of my whole business and my YouTube channel to transmission removal experts, because I now have to remove the transmission again so that I can get the freaking harness out. It's just in a real small spot to where I'm not able to move it over and I can't get the connectors through it. But I put it up in the center part whenever I was putting the transmission back in initially, and it's too tight of a fit. So we get to remove the transmission again. So this is the old harness from Current Performance. I went ahead and I pulled it off the car. Had to pull out the transmission to be able to get this thing out because of just how it was in there. And so I tested for continuity. It didn't have continuity. And then gradually, as you wiggle around in the connector, you can get continuity. So there must be something happening inside the connector that was causing the issue. I don't know, but it barely had connection. You had to wiggle it around in there to actually get to get continuity. Versus the new harness, you touch it and it lights up immediately. So what I'm doing is I'm about to put the cross member back in on the transmission, and then I'm going to put the new harness on, and then redo the entire intake manifold, all of the other stuff, redo the fuel lines, and hopefully at that point we'll get to test it and make sure it actually has power to the transmission. But I don't see that happening today. So we've been putting in some work today. So I had to pull off the intake manifold to actually be able to get the harness out. major pain in the ass. But what I'm about to do is put the intake manifold back on there after I run the bottom harness through. And then since the intake manifold, when it's off, it makes it so much easier to connect the cam sensor, the oil pressure sensor, and then also the NOx sensors. Definitely want NOx sensors, especially on a performance build. I know a lot of people like to do NOx sensor deletes, and that's what tells you if you're running into detonation. I mean, it's good stuff to have. So, I'm gonna put everything back together, and luckily I was able to get this harness out without disconnecting any of the AC lines, or, I did connect these and disconnected these, lost a little bit of coolant, lost a little bit of fuel doing this, but I mean, we should be able to accomplish goal today. I'm hoping to run this through, and then I'll have most of the harness, well, I'll lay it out on top, but that's the main thing. There we go, boys. There we go, boys. Hi, I'm Sean, owner of Sleeper Cars Anonymous, LLC. If you want to have your car built on the show, send us an email at sean.butler@sleepercarsanonymous.com. Again, that is sean.butler@sleepercarsanonymous.com.